Hello there, and thanks for visiting the Varykino YouTube channel. I'm Kristy.
And I'm Matt.
We're long-standing Star Wars fans who live and breathe Star Wars every day.
Welcome to another installment of our Week of Star Wars, a series recapping the Star Wars fun we've had during the past week. The first item to discuss is essentially a news item. We were monitoring the internet closely during the past weekend because New York Comic Con took place and it included some Hasbro product reveals. We were very interested and excited to see confirmation of the new Black Series Skeleton Crew figures. There were 6 figures, 6 characters revealed. Jude Law's character, Jod Narwood, the 4 children, Neil, Wim, Fern and KB, as well as Pirate Captain Brutus. We had seen some leaks of bits and pieces of these characters and some packaged products, but it was nice to see the official promotional images and get confirmation that this will be the first wave.
I was really excited to see these figures officially revealed. It feels like it's been a while since we've had a full Hasbro product line tying into new content so far in advance. For so many of the other shows, like say Andor, we're still really waiting for a sort of a product line release to tie in. I like the sort of, it harks back to sort of the prequel era where we got these figures and we didn't know how serious the characters were going to be in the show, you know, how much exposure, are they main characters, are they background characters? There was just some fun aspects to that sort of prequel era where we got these unknown product reveals before the actual content came out. So I really like the fact that Skeleton Crew figures have been revealed. We might not have them in hand before watching the show, but I like seeing that Hasbro was actively working on this product line.
Yes, exactly. There were pre-orders available for those very shortly, but we will have a little bit of a wait before we have them in hand. But I'm very much looking forward to starting a bit of a Skeleton Crew display. I
also like the fact that they gave us a full line. I get the feeling, of course we haven't seen it, that Skeleton Crew is so much of an ensemble show. You want, if you're going to build up an action figure display, you want the whole sort of Skeleton Crew. You're going to want the whole team up. So I like that they're just sort of straight out of the bat. There's going to be a whole good sort of squad that you can buy in one go and sort of build up a scene there. A little bit different with the TVC reveals though.
Yes, there were 4 vintage collection figures revealed, including 1 Skeleton Crew figure, Jod Narwood, in the 3.75-inch scale.
It's no surprise that they are releasing Jude Law's character in both formats, but unfortunately the kids are only revealed in the Black Series 6-inch line. I'm hoping we won't have to wait too long to also have them in the vintage collection line. I don't like to play favorites between these two product lines. I like collecting them both, so it always kind of irks me a little bit when Hasbro seems to favor one over the other by giving sort of a new product launch to one of the lines over the other. Say like the Bad Batch got a lot of Black Series, not very much in the vintage collection. I prefer it to be fairer for collectors that perhaps only focus on one or the other. Sometimes I feel like the vintage collection, despite being an immensely popular line, gets a little bit left out.
Also revealed in the vintage collection line was a repack of Dr. Everson from the Mos Eisley Cantina. This is a previously released figure. I believe it was VC57 the first time around he was released. So I suspect, given the passage of time since his first release, that we'll get some serious paint apps on that one. We're also getting a new sculpt of the Imperial Snowtrooper on a classic Empire Strikes Back card.
For me, the most exciting vintage collection reveal was kind of from left field, but something that I absolutely love. A deluxe creature, Howler and Sabine. Of course, these are kind of like the sort of big rat dogs on Peridea that Sabine befriends and rides when she's sort of cast out into the wilderness. I'm always saying over and over how much I want creatures in my vintage collection lineup. I love creatures in the classic Star Wars action figure line. And this one, I didn't really know was coming, but oh my gosh, it's already on my shopping list. This is really cool. Just after we've had the Blurg, they're coming at us again with another unique Star Wars creature, so I'm really happy about this.
And Sabine's Howler, we saw a couple of Howlers, but Sabine's Howler in particular from the show had a lot of character. They really made use of her relationship to that beast in the show.
Yeah, it has kind of a puppy type aspect to it, which I thought was really fun. Despite its sort of ferocious, slightly ugly appearance, I thought that the characterization version of the creature was really fun, so this one's on my wish list for sure. This past week encompassed the date, October the 21st, which is, of course, Carrie Fisher's birthday. This is a sad day for me. I am, of course, a huge Princess Leia fan and a big fan of Carrie Fisher. I met her several times in the past at conventions, so on the anniversary of her birthday, I like to celebrate her legacy by participating in the Glitter for Carrie kind of movement. Together with my daughter, we recreate one of Princess Leia's iconic braided hairstyles accented with glitter. This year we recreated Leia's Hoth braided outfit accented with silver glitter. This is a really fun mother-daughter activity that we do because we're both Leia fans, so that was a nice way to sort of honor Carrie and her legacy as Leia on her birthday this year.
So just to mention, glitter is specifically part of the sort of celebration of Carrie Fisher herself. It was a technique, a little bit of a thing that she did in a lot of her stage performances.
Yes, where she would sprinkle glitter on fans that she met. She often wore glitter herself, so it was something that fans kind of picked up in her honor, continuing on. And her daughter, Billie Lourd, has even done this as well, giving a glitter out to fans. So it's so strongly connected to Carrie, so I like drawing that into my celebration of her.
In the mobile app game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, we both unlocked Dengar's spaceship, the Punishing One. I really like the fact that this game actually references quite a few of the older expanded universe spaceships that the original trilogy bounty hunters use, as well as some of the newer bounty hunters for that matter. But we've got IG-88's IG-2000 spaceship, we've got Bosk's Houndstooth spaceship, and now, of course, Dengar's Punishing One. We don't have anything specifically for Zakas or Forlom, but they don't actually appear in the game yet, so we're still waiting on those two bounty hunters.
There are some really fun and powerful bounty hunter characters in the game. I like building up my bounty hunter squad. Some of the other ones in there without ships in the game yet include Zam Wessel and Embo. Some really fun sort of ones that aren't featured as much in other games. Aura Singh is in there, and of course we have the Mandalorian and characters from that show as well. It's really fun just seeing some of these older designs from comics and old expanded universe things like the bounty hunter ships that we don't see in Empire Strikes Back. It's really fun to have them in the game.
In Star Wars The Old Republic, the online RPG, there are two main threads that we're participating in at the moment. There is the recurring annual event, the Feast of Prosperity, that we've been playing for a couple of weeks now, and they also opened up the public test server with some new features that they'll be incorporating into the live server very shortly, specifically a type of quest that they're calling dynamic encounters.
I've actually spent a lot of the past week getting in a few hours on the public test server, trialing out the new dynamic encounters. These are so much fun. These kind of random events that pop up in different places across different planets, and they usually involve sometimes very sort of classic game mechanics. You got to fight enemies, sort of clear out some mobs or something like that. But sometimes there are some really fun ones. I had to go ice fishing. I had to herd up baby banthas that escaped in the spaceport. There was some just really fun different things. And it's really fun because these are timed. They're generally around for sort of 15 to 30 minutes. You get other players all kind of rushing to the area to do these timed events. It kind of helps create a sort of an aliveness, some different things always going on different planets. I can't wait for these to go live on the full server game.
Yeah, there's a couple of interesting points that actually brings up. We've noted that on the public test server, it is actually really quite busy, and this is just a test server that you have to specifically install separate from the main game, but that speaks really well to the popularity of the game at this point in time. And the other thing is, part of the rationale behind these dynamic encounters is that the early maps, the early planets in this game are actually immense. There's huge areas of land and terrain to traverse, and sometimes in the sort of in-game content you don't get to all parts of the old maps again, so they're really making use of existing maps and existing content and existing assets to expand things out and get people interacting in new and different ways.
And as a personal little bonus to me, they have added in a third variant of the Lothcat kitten pet that you can achieve through these dynamic encounters. I kept trying to see if I could actually unlock it, and on the 6th attempt I finally did. This is really cute. Of course, on the test server it doesn't carry over through to my main game, but I now know how to unlock it, so I'm really hoping that won't be too hard when this version of the game finally launches on the live servers.
So sadly, that's just a temporary bonus, but we look forward to trying that when the whole event goes live. In terms of YouTube videos that we have uploaded to our channel in the past week, 2 Micro Galaxy Squadron vehicles, both of which were Series 1 Launch Edition releases, the MGS Darth Vader's TIE Advanced, and the MGS ATST, the standard version. There is, of course, also a chase version from The Mandalorian, so it's kind of fun to compare those, the original trilogy and the Mandalorian versions of those ATST walkers.
I was really excited to get my hands on the New York Comic Con exclusive Funko Pop vinyl figure of Kylo Ren Supreme Leader. I really appreciate Funko for releasing convention exclusives in the US through international channels, so international fans that are obviously not attending a United States convention can still add these items to their collection. It was a really fun variant of Kylo Ren. I really like the detail on this one. And to celebrate Carrie Fisher's birthday on the 21st of October, I opened up a Princess Leia item, the Funko Pop Vinyl Battle at Echo Base Deluxe figure of Princess Leia from The Empire Strikes Back. This one I really like, even though that Rebel tactical display piece is so close in front of her face. I like the way that Leia looks busy and dedicated to her role within the rebellion. I thought that was really a nice way of capturing Princess Leia, especially opening this one up on Carrie Fisher's birthday.
We opened up one slightly older Black Series 6-inch figure, a Black Series C-3PO from the archive packaging. Specifically wanted to open this one up because I wanted to get him into that Black Series land speeder that Luke Skywalker already occupies. I wanted to have a little bit of a scene build going on there.
Getting into the festive season early, I opened up the Lego Star Wars Advent Calendar from 2023. I do have the 2024 Advent Calendar, but I kind of want to do a bit of a test run by opening up last year's that I had managed to get on clearance. This was so much fun. 24 mini builds with some really fun Christmas themed figures and little droids. This was just so much fun. I didn't really know too much about what to expect, so it was a bit of an adventure opening it up and building them all. Just a fun way to kind of get into the festive spirit a little bit early with a fun Star Wars Lego set.
And we will get onto that 2024 Lego Star Wars Advent Calendar very shortly as well. On that note, thanks for listening to another episode of Our Week of Star Wars. We appreciate you taking your time to listen to us.
And stay tuned for another episode next week. And as always, may the Force be with you. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like, check out our other videos, and subscribe for alerts about new uploads. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.